Before we get into the video, do not forget to like, comment and subscribe. Now just before I start, I want to say I appreciate everybody that watches these videos. Now that's all said and done, let's get down to it. Now how effing cruel can you be? I know there's some evil people and vindictive people in this world, but to murder a 6-year-old boy, that takes the absolute piss. Especially when you are the person who entered that boy's life. Evil and scum of the earth stepmom, Emma Tustin, inflicted such horrific injuries to her stepson once she moved into the family home in Cranmore Road, Solihull, during the pandemic. Now Emma Tustin is a sadistic and evil and cruel woman. And as for 6-year-old Arthur's dad, he should get the same treatment as Emma, because as a father, how can you pick a woman over your own flesh and blood, over someone who essentially shares the same fabric of DNA as you? Now, during the trial, the court heard how 6-year-old Arthur Labinjo-Hughes suffered a catalogue of appalling cruelty, and his own dad encouraged it. Dad, 29-year-old Thomas Hughes, would text Emma saying, "Take off his cunting jaw off his shoulders," and on the day of Arthur's death, his own dad messaged Emma saying, "End him." To the couple, abusing the 6-year-old boy was just a game. They relished in being so cruel and so horrible to 6-year-old Arthur. What they would do is actually starve him while they sat down on the sofa eating ice cream in front of his face. And what did Emma Tustin do? She inflicted unsurvivable brain injuries to Arthur that can only be likened to a high-speed car crash. She took him and she shook him like a ragdoll, violently, to the point where his brain and his other organs rattled inside his little body. Then for good measure, she repeatedly banged Arthur's head against the wall. Again, Arthur suffered catastrophic brain injuries, and he was not going to survive this. Now this is how sadistic 32-year-old Emma Tustin was. Once 6-year-old Arthur Labinjo-Hughes lay dying in the hallway, she took out her phone and took a picture of the boy and sent it to the dad, Thomas Hughes, who's already been convicted for his own son's death. As well as beating him, Emma Tustin also poisoned Arthur. She would do this a lot. What she would do would force the poor boy to eat salt-laced meals, and on the day of his death, she actually gave him a lethal dose, just hours prior. And now that Emma is in a high-risk prison, this piece of trash is moaning that she isn't being treated fairly by other prisoners while on remand at HMP Peterborough. So of course, prisoners in HMP Peterborough know of Emma Tustin, and they know exactly what she's been found guilty of. So in their response, they have been throwing salt at her, and Emma doesn't like it. So the prick is complaining that it isn't fair. Now I will tell you what isn't fair. It's not fair that 6-year-old Arthur Labinjo-Hughes did not stand a chance at life. When was the last time this kid experienced any form of happiness? His life was doomed from the get-go with such horrible and despicable parents. Think about how many people would love to have children, but they cannot, for whatever reason, and then here's Emma and Thomas, literally killing a boy slowly. So, Emma Tustin has been jailed for at least 29 years for murder, and of course she's serving life. The judge also alluded to the fact that in the last 3 months of Arthur's death, he would have suffered unimaginable pain. I mean, after all, you can go onto Google right now and see a video of little Arthur crying and saying that nobody loves him while he's walking around abandoned at night. That just puts it into perspective. Condolences to Arthur Labinjo-Hughes. It's sad to say this, but at least he's in a better place now. And again, condolences. Stay safe. Safe.